Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's SIG Network meeting. Today's April 20th, and we have two new guests here. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, so we are a team of three people, like joining the video call. Like we are working on like a deployment of KubeVirt in our infrastructure, and so we are proposing VAP to have ranges of ports to be forwarded to our VMs because like we mostly run general purpose VMs in our use case, and so it's currently the way we have to specify single ports for it's a bit cumbersome when you have many ports in contiguous ports to specify, and so we are trying to find a way to make it easier both for the user, so for the people that are configuring the VM specs, also for the cluster to like lessen the workload doing the forwarding in the NF tables. And so like we received your feedback from 3 days ago, I believe. And this morning we managed like to improve our VAP, and like we wanted to hear more from you about the last changes that we did this morning, because like we believe we reached a good point in the development of the VAP, hoping that it will get merged in a few weeks or in a few days. I don't know. So, like, do you want me to share the screen, or you can check it out on your computer?
Feel free to present it if you have anything new to add. I think Eddie reviewed it, and also I reviewed it. I don't know if Nir has had a chance to review it.
Like we did some changes 3 hours ago, like for the feedback that you left us 3 days ago. So I don't know if you had time to review the last few updates that we did on the VAP.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. So like, would you like to do it now together? Have a quick view. I don't know how it works.
If you would like, you can present
Yes.
your web. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
in 2 or 3 minutes, just the general
Okay.
idea and what you are planning to do.
Oh, okay. So like, I need you to stop the sharing so I can do it. Okay. Window.
The other new members are from the same team, or do they want to present
Yes.
themselves?
Yep, I'm part of the same team.
And also Francesco as well. Like we are all
Welcome,
working
all of
together.
you.
Yeah, me too. I'm part of the same team.
Can you see my screen share on the VAP page?
Yes, and hopefully I was able to turn off mine because I'm not sure that I was able to.
Yeah, you were able to. Like it says I'm screen sharing, but okay, I can see my preview. So, like we received many useful comments from you like a few days ago, and so like we managed to make the whole thing a bit more scoped, and also like give it a more like more useful use cases. And so we reviewed both the overview and the motivation because, as I said before earlier, like in the current state, whenever you have to explicit forward continuous ranges of ports, you have to do it manually. So either by scripting, and this both leads to the user having to do the scripting, and that's hard to maintain. And also, like at the kernel stack level, we have like much efficiency that's left on the table because we have many single rules for NF tables, and that's something we can improve on. And so we propose to have either like a port range field in the API, or as an alternative that like personally I prefer, just to have a different like this field here that we can add to the already existing port field in the API that will allow to turn a single port field into a range. And like we also put the extended port examples and also the excluded port approach, which can be an alternative, but we feel like it's not really needed because the inclusion model, I think it's already fine. So there's no need to propose an entirely different model that's exclusive. So, and like we already had some proposed modifications on a fork of KubeVirt, and like that's not much code to modify because it's just the part on the masquerade, and that changes the NF tables that are rules that are created. But I don't know like if the community actually has much interest in it, because for us it would be like really helpful, but I don't know if our use case is actually that common or it's just something that we need.
Thank you. I know that from our side, people use Masquerade usually without port specifications, and all the ports are open.
Yeah, so mostly like a catch-all situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
So
use Masquerade and not Past?
because it's just easier for us for our infrastructure. Because like our goal would be like to have like to block like the usual first 1,000 ports to the VMs that we provide to our users. So like we can have a big range from like 1,024 up to 65,000 given to our customers, so they can like do their stuff and whatever by keeping the protected ports out of the way. And
I'm just curious, regardless of ports, if you've considered using the past binding instead of NF tables. Not that it changes anything about this web, because we would need to do the same thing for past too. I'm just curious about the motivation for Masquerade versus past.
It's been a long time since we chose the masquerade binding. Like we started working on this web actually almost a year ago, like in July. And like at the moment, I can't tell you like a motivation for that, but like I can check on it and like reply to you in the next few hours or a few days. I don't know. I don't recall like the exact reason why we chose Masquerade was better.
Alright, do you think that if we accept this web, then we will do it only for Masquerade, or we will support it across the board with all bindings?
This specific web discusses Masquerade only, but we can later decide if we want to also do it for past, because the difference is that this PR will touch probably the VMI network admitter and the Virt handler.
Yes.
And for past, we would need to do it in the Virt launcher instead of Virt handler.
But is it an API change to define the ports?
Yes.
The ranges? Is there an API change?
Yes, as I'm showing in the screen share, we can either have like a new API field port range that you can specify together with ports, or as an alternative we proposed is just to extend the already existing field port to have an additional subfield, which is AND, which turns the single port into a range internally.
Mm-hmm.
So like this way, it just would be a really small API change with just one single subfield to add.
Eddie, any opinions?
Currently, the existing API specify in the ports, it's like it has TCP. You need to set the protocol and the range, right?
Yes, it's not a range. It's like
a single port.
And
yes, right. The protocol, like it's fine. Just like we see that if we use the same struct port, then we extend it, we just have to make mutual exclusivity between the name field and the AND field, because like you can't give a name to a range of fields of ports. Sorry, but the protocol is fine because like you can have like a range of TCP ports or UDP ports, so the protocol will still apply.
Yeah. Well, actually, you could do if I'm not mistaken, you could, you want to change it instead of having port, port will be the start,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah. Like if
And
the
then you'll
end
have
field is present, it will be recognized as start port. Yes, the start number.
Yeah, we need to think about it. Or you can also have a start end here in the same port option, and then you just it's the same actually.
We feel like if we have a start field, it would be then just better to define a different struct, like port range struct that has an explicit start field.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's good to have like the default that if you don't have an end, then it's you need to assume it is fine, because you need to think what will happen when you report it back. So will you report it as empty? Will you report it as the same as the port one? It's a good question.
Port it back where?
Like you read the spec, right? Should you read it as empty or should you read it as the same value as the port? It's a interesting question.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, I think I
for
understood.
example, if you add this end field in the end, you could do something like from this version on, when someone sets a port as a port and it doesn't set the end, then the end will be filled with the exact same thing. Like it will copy it. Because you want it to be explicit. But again, I'm not sure what are the pros and cons.
I think that we should take a good look at the regression and the tests that will get affected and the
No,
effort.
there is no should not be affected by anything. And regarding what you said about it being only masquerade, I don't think it's currently the port ranges are set for everything. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with only masquerade, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the bridge binding, and it doesn't have anything to do with the SRV, and then you have the pass. But I guess you could ignore the pass because it's only beta. But then you will have to set that graduation of pass to GA should answer this as well.
Yeah, and there may be some clashes with Istio.
Yeah, we did a service
Well,
mesh.
Yeah,
why?
because they have their reserve ports, and we have some code that specifically treats the Istio ports
So
for masquerade, and so we'll have to make sure that there are no clashes over there.
it's
For
reserved.
whom?
You cannot set them. What do you mean? I don't get it.
Yeah, but if you have a range that includes those ports,
So it should deny. It should give you a neck. That's it.
Okay.
I will say it something like this. The current the web itself. I will suggest that you need to find a way to keep all the existing support as is, and make sure that every place that you see port and you have this range as well, in the end it is translated to one thing, and that one thing does everything. Like I hope you understand what I mean. Like
Can you
in the
just
front
repeat
end,
it?
you have the API, which is a
Yes.
bit different, but in the back end, in actual how it works, it should translate to a single way to pass things, and then it should be processed the same way for both single and multi inside the code base. I mean, I hope you understand. Like for example, if we do the validation, I will expect that the range and the specific will both be translated to, for example, to the range one, and then it
Yeah.
will be handled that way, and that's it. We don't
Yes.
want to see conditions that validation is treated this for a range and a condition is treated differently for a single. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, so like we could treat a single port as a range of dimension one, of size one.
Yes.
Okay.
That way you have a single way to handle it in
Yeah.
down the road, and that's it. The only thing that you need to do is the translation.
Okay. So we have to like dig deeper into that. Yes.
Yeah, but that's implementation detail. So in the web, I think it's enough. It's enough that you will just mention it, and that's it. But you are right that the question is, should you do this or this? So, does anyone have do you have a preference? Do you know? Considering that you need to keep backward compatibility and everything.
Both the design proposal, like I think they don't break compatibility with all the specs for VMs because they're just additive. So we are just adding fields. We are not removing or changing the meaning of existing ones. So I personally don't think compatibility would be an issue, at least at the API level. Internally in the code, right now I can't say anything about it because it's been a long time since I dig deeper in the Masquerade code in KubeVirt. But from what I recall, it was just adding to the portion where the nth tables rules are created, add the section that treats ranges and checks for overlaps, and also in the validation part, you check for the overlaps in the spec and you reject it if overlaps are happening.
Yeah, the overlapping from my point of view is one. It's like you have a validation, so you translate it everything to ranges, and if you see a overlapping, you can. It depends. I think it's just an implementation thing how you do it, but
Yep.
this is the same thing. You need to translate everything into one structure and then process.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. You don't have a requirement for multiple consecutive ranges, right? Like from 100 to 200 and then from 500 to 800, for example.
We don't have an explicit requirement, but I feel like it would be better to leave it as a possibility.
What? I don't understand the question. Yeah.
So, I once saw a requirement, not in this project, for ports that are defined as multiple consecutive ranges, like from 100 to 200, and then from 400 to 600, and then from 800 to 1200.
Oh, why this is embedded in this? I don't understand. This is the range, so you can set how many ranges you want. Currently, you can set per port instead of ranges. So now they are setting ranges.
So you can have multiple ranges per interface, right?
Yeah, it's a list as well as ports, like as shown in the screen share.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Are you committed to complete the implementation in the 1.9 timeframe in case this web will be approved?
Yeah. Because we started trying to getting merged from 1.8, but we came late to the VIP freeze, so we didn't get graduated in time. But we are planning to have it released in the alpha stage for 1.9.
Okay. Thank you very much for presenting your web.
Thank you for having us.
I will
we
continue
will
reviewing
check
it.
in hopefully in the next few. We should check today or tomorrow about the ability. What is the preference for the API? From what you said, if you have one of them, then please mention it. If not, we will have to ask.
Preferences for the one in this design section, but we also have the other one in the alternatives. But we prefer, of course, the first one shown.
The first one was the one that you just at the end field.
No, I think it's the one with the separate port range field with both start and end.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. I want to go over our VEPs real quick to understand what will happen in 1.9 near VEP 21. Can you please give us an update?
I'm waiting for Itamar. He didn't answer me, but we're not going to graduate in 1.9. So I'm not sure what to do with the PR. If I should close it or put it on 1.10. Do you have any suggestion?
You can just close it.
Okay, I'll do that.
And just as a reminder, the plan for 1.9 is to have all beta features enabled by default. So past will be enabled by default, which means that we can drop the feature gate enablement from our test probably.
And what about HCO?
CO will be able to disable feature gates selectively.
Yeah, but in this respect, we can just drop the functionality that sets the feature gate?
Probably yes.
I don't understand the question. You can disable a feature gate or and enable it. What's the question?
Currently HCO explicitly enables it through an annotation. If I go ahead and just delete this functionality, what will happen? Will it be enabled in KubeVirt by default?
Yes.
So I will do that.
You do what?
I can delete this functionality from HCO.
If you delete the functionality, then HCO cannot disable this feature. You understand?
I don't want HCO to disable this.
Yeah, maybe. I think I want, but okay.
You do? You do want?
I think, yeah, but it's not in, I don't think it's relevant to this meeting. But if it was disabled before, then it should stay disabled. If it's for anything that is using KubeVirt. But again, it's a different discussion.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue. We have VEP 106, which will also be enabled by default, and it also requires us to adjust our tests accordingly. Nothing to report about this one, right? It's not going to graduate. We've said that we will do it across 3 releases. We also have VEP 111. It was introduced as beta in 1.8. It will also not be graduated because it depends on another functionality that will graduate to beta only in 1.9. The next thing is VEP 140. It's Anania's VEP, the another live update. She's proposed to G8 in 1.9. This is the PR to do it. Please review it. And our CI will also require adjustments once beta features will be, even if it will be G8, we will need the little adjustments.
But you put it out of the 1.9. Why?
What have I put outside of the 1.9?
The discussion that you have just said is VEP 140. So
yes,
what I don't understand from this list, can you please specify which one has passed to the 1.9 target?
Yes, it's just 140.
Yeah, but we need to decide here that it will get in, and we also have this the web that was just discussed now.
Yes,
so these are entering the hope that it will get into 1.9.
Yes, these are all new for 1.9, and this is the only one that continues.
No, I'm not sure the time. So I will prefer, if we can, in this meeting, to triage all the webs so we will know which one we should take care for the 1.9 window. Now, until the feature freeze, all of them, which one we should focus on, because we have others that you just mentioned that will not get there for sure anyway.
Yes, we have VEP 140. that I think that we care about. This is the PR to graduate it. If you want, I can move it into this list if it will make your review easier.
It will
Is this what you
help
want?
me if we'll have like the queued, which are the webs that are agreed to be processed in 1.9, and hopefully will get merged until the web freeze. That's the queue that I want to have a list of.
Okay, so this is the first one. The NAD ref live update, it should graduate to GA. This is the PR. If you want, I can move it into this list. Now the others. The first one is the DRA PR by Or Shoval. We probably want to get it in. Do you want to discuss it? Do you have anything you want to talk about?
I don't think so. Oh,
Okay.
me, no. But if Orshavar is here, he can talk.
Or Shoval is not here. The next one is the one we've just discussed about masquerade port ranges.
Yes, for this
We
one,
need to,
I think we need to feedback about the API. And that's it. Unless there is anything else that you think it's blocking this.
I need to review their latest changes. They've just pushed them 2 hours or 3 hours ago. The next one is from Ram, and per my understanding, he is not committed to 1.9. So do we want to take it ourselves?
I don't know if we have. I don't know what is the work needed. I think he said that he sent a draft, and that's it. But so I'm not sure. In theory, it sounds very simple. In practice, I don't know what it is.
Okay. Let's
You
continue.
want to try to have a evaluation, like half a day to evaluate this, to see if it can be done quickly.
Sure. Do you remember what I need to write here to get an item? Task.
But this is not. I mean, this is not critical. If there is no, if we cannot evaluate what could take what is the time needed, then we'll just drop it.
Yes. Where are the next ones? The next one, the next two are from SIG Storage. They are interested in improving their cross-cluster live migration capabilities. So they have these two webs that we need to feedback on, but they are implementing it. Anything special that anyone wants to say about them? Take that as a no. The next one is bandwidth limiting. I think that the author has just joined. Anish, do you want to talk about your PR?
Yes. So one approach that I was going through today, but not sure about is like we can have a separate daemon set for just handling this. Like since Ed has already suggested that we can't provide daemon set to the word launcher. So I went through some considerations and like this one I am like thinking of to approach it further. So any suggestions from you folks?
I don't know what you mean, but I think I gave like a few ones. The one that is a total blocker is the fact that you cannot configure libvirt through this at all. You cannot configure bandwidth on the domain XML because it doesn't have permissions to change the underlying kernel with these rules.
What I was thinking of, like having a separate daemon set for this bandwidth one.
But there is why? What do you mean daemon set? We have a daemon set. It's per node. You want one daemon set to configure all the VMs on that node?
No, not just the network bandwidth one. Like it will only have the net admin permissions.
Daemon set is
Don't-
something, a pod that runs on a node. That's what a daemon set is. So I'm not sure what you mean.
Like I will do more research on it so I can actually give a better understanding on that. So yeah.
Have you considered the CNI chaining together with the bandwidth CNI? It's something that was tested and should work.
Like the one that Kubernetes support is on the pod boundary, not on the VM level. So like I think it can be some, like if you want at VM specific, then CNI provided by Kubernetes is not sufficient, I guess. But if you want on only on a pod level, then I think it is possible.
I don't know what you mean, but it was people already tested it. This is what I think one of my comments was that people already use that change the CNI and it works for them.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's continue to the next one. The next one is the metadata service enablement. It seems like there is nothing to do there from KubeVirt side, unless I'm wrong.
Yes. Well, you mean the MDS thing, right?
Yes.
Is there someone here from that tries to? For the web that I saw is only talking about defining it as a plugin, and there is some points there that are unclear about if they need anything from KubeVirt. I didn't identify anything that they need there, and I think I asked it. So was it answered?
I haven't had a chance to look too deeply into it, but I will revisit it. Seems like there is.
And so from my point of view, these last two webs are waiting for the author to clarify some points because there were question asked either it can be done or it doesn't. There is already I mean, there are three options. Either it cannot be done what is suggested. Two, there is nothing to do because everything is already there, or it's not clear if we need to do something. So they are out of for me at least, until we have this clarified. I don't see anything that needs to be done for 1.9 in this, unless we get more information so we can process.
Great, thank you. Any other comments about the webs?
And it's not at risk, or
How would you define them?
not approved for 1.9 yet. Waiting for author response.
Great. And let's continue. We have 9 more minutes. Let's go over the issues quickly. We have this issue opened by Google about them trying to work with MacVTAP network binding plugin alongside with hot pluggable volume. They've created a PR, but they haven't responded to my question on the issue, which is unfortunate. don't think that there is anything to do there other than review their PR. The next issue, unless there is any comments about the previous one. The next issue is about reconciliation issues caused by VMs not having default interfaces and networks in their spec. You can go over this issue. It's long and detailed, but bottom line, it causes issues, and we need to think about how can we solve it. There is this PR here that tries to address it, but there is no consensus yet. The next issue is about hot plug and hot unplug not gated by VM rollout strategy. There is also a mailing list thread about this issue, and doesn't seem like it hurts anyone, or at least no one seems to care so much about it. So I think
I
that
saw
we
that
are free to change
I
it,
don't.
and people will shout in case they don't agree. Yes.
No, I saw that on the other ticket. I don't know if this one or the other. There are two tickets now. There was someone that said that this is a problem. Like not that the suggestion to decouple it, that the coupling is a problem.
Yes,
I think
it
he said
was.
that they wanted to disable auto rollout on migration, something like that, right? And but they do want this. It's not related one to the other.
Yes, it's this one. It's the one that you have opened. It's actually a SIG compute issue, but it also affects us. It's a person probably from SUSE.
It's not but the issue is not the same. There are two different issues.
No, there are two different issues about two different API fields.
Okay, fine.
Great.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. There are so many. Next are PRs. I've tried to order them by the people that we haven't answered for the longest time, and which are also not usually members of the community. So there is this PR which has an LGTM from Ananya, and he wants feedback from you, Eddie, and from me. So let's try to get to it. By the way, from all the people that joined today, you are more than welcome to review PRs or contribute PRs. We have a gap in review capacity lately. So this one is about the fix for the Mac VTAP. No need to go over it again. The next one is about changing some tests from Cirrus to Alpine. Seems like it has an LGTM. So we need to see either Eddie or me should go over it.
I think I saw one of those, and at least I saw one attempt to move one to the other, but it used the wrong Alpine. I guess this one was fixed, right? I don't know. There was like a one from Cirrus to Alpine, and they used not the Alpine with the tooling, but the other one. So I think one of the PRs I asked why they are not using the tooling there. But
Okay.
in general, I don't have a problem with moving Cirrus to Alpine tooling.
It's a good thing to get rid of at least one OS. So this is another PR. Is it from you, Anish?
Yes.
You want to talk about it?
Like the Felix has commented that he's waiting for the comment from Alex, but I didn't receive any.
Okay, Alex is from SIG Storage. So I cannot help you with this one. It's not right now. but I will try to have a look at it as well. The next one is from Dan about changing the tests. Probably should be something quick, but I see that Eddie, you have requested changes, and it seems like Dan answered. What else we have here? It's about someone trying to fix the bug that we have on a in-place hot unplug. Interesting. And this is the PR that I've discussed earlier about trying to fix VMs who don't have default interfaces and networks. Yeah, this one is from you. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I almost forgot about it. Yeah, so for the passcore binding, we had some comments about the original PR requesting follow-ups. So this is a bunch of follow-ups. Most of them were requested by UOL, so please take a look at it when you have time.
Thank you. Let's see what else we have here. We have this one also from you, Nir.
Yeah, this one, it's since also because we've moved past to the core, we no longer need to run the past binding plugin end-to-end tests. So this one removes that one and shortens the test run.
Thank you. Do you want to talk about this one?
Not really. It's just it updates the documentation because I saw some attempts to fix typing on that document, which is, I will say, 50% or more irrelevant. So this is attempts to fix it. I saw that Neo already started reviewing. It is ready. I think I answered it today. Or
Thank
my
you.
friend and my close friend answered it with me.
Thank you. Yeah, do you have a comment about it?
No, I'll see what Eddie answered.
Thank you. The last one is from me. It's to the user guide. Yesterday, someone posted not yesterday, I noticed that someone had posted a question about whether or not VMs with SRIOV support live migration, and it was not documented. So now this PR adds this documentation. It's two lines of change. The last item on the list is the mailing list. Is from Unir.
Yeah, that was announcing to the community that we are going to remove the code of the past binding plugin since we already have it in the core. So it's just a heads up. It's not really supposed to affect anybody. Anyone who's running it who's currently running it, it will keep running. But we will no longer publish new, we are no longer maintaining the plugin, and we will no longer publish sidecar and CNI new images. So whatever you have published, that's the last one, or those are the last ones in the near future.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Does anyone wants to raise anything else?
I just want to say that thank you for the webs that were contributed, and if you want to reach the phrase, so we'll be safe. Please nag us if you didn't get an answer until the end of this week. So like in a week from now, please nag us to see that it gets in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice rest of your day. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, you too. Thank you.